We are starting to emerge as what we think is a city that's an industry leader in new marketing.
How do we prove in this new world where content flies around at a velocity that we've never seen before that the content we're creating is actually doing the right thing for that brand?
The effectiveness of these kinds of advertising is going to go down over time and can't be made up by increased personalization.
It's important to make sure that the page content is very relevant to the user. And I think that there's been a trend in media in general that's focused around customizing page content for that user and not just advertising.
So marketing that people love is something that resonates with you. You asked for this content, perhaps through a search engine, and therefore you're receiving it. That's usually marketing people love. And then the more authentic and high quality the message is, you can't help but, put a smile on your face.
And things that just don't interrupt the experience, but I think add to the experience, right? Things that better connect with people and make a difference in their lives. I think if we can think about marketing online or off as being part of the experience rather than as really sort of something that's separate and off to the side or that's interrupting when they're doing something else, but adds to that experience, I think that's really where it needs to go. To not just think of people as targets, but to think of your audience as collaborators and as partners about helping you to make things that are better, that they're gonna like more, and that you're gonna sell more because they're gonna like it more.
The reality is that the privacy concerns that most people have are people who don't live in the space, and they're usually the less informed. People do want customization. They may not necessarily think they want customization of ads, but they want customization of content.
So for me, native advertising is a term, a coined term, but in reality, we have to look at it both from publishers, educating publishers on the value of having that seem like a linear content element, and then first and foremost, brands who are looking for that. How do we both distribute that content, and how do we promote that content once we see that it's actually working?
So the challenge, I think, for us and what we need to get right is to figure out how does traditional communications in the public relations world, traditional advertising and our larger media spends, and then social and digital start to connect.
I think it's tough to think that consumers care as much as we think that they do about some of the things that we say.
If we're trying to attract new consumers and we want people to have an affinity for the brand, that doesn't happen with a 30-second spot or a banner ad or a press release. We need to make sure that all of these things are working in harmony together, and the sooner we get there and break down those silos, the more effective we'll be.